Hi, I'm Roel Hoekstra, the managing partner at Akela Partners. Thank you for joining me as we look at how you can put artificial intelligence to work in your business. I've been in the data analysis field with a specific focus on sales and marketing for the past 30 years. I've seen quite a lot of change in the tools that are available, but what's happening now is different. The scale is different, the power is different, and the importance to you is different. This is something you must master and use. Your competitors are. By using these tools to acquire new customers, to keep customers longer, and to grow lifetime client value, you will gain a huge competitive advantage. You want that competitive advantage. You don't want your competitors to use that competitive advantage against you. Anyway, you're in the right place at the right time, so let's get started. B2B marketing and sales professionals have been a little slow to embrace artificial intelligence. Possibly because of the nature of relationship selling or because of a limited access to the kinds of behavioral data that drives machine learning. For whatever reason, change is coming, and it's coming now, and it's coming fast. One of my mentors, Gil Cargill, consults to sales leaders across the country using his sales acceleration formula. And that's the number of first meetings times the dollars per opportunity times your closing percentage divided by the length of the sales cycle times your full-time equivalent salespeople gives you future revenue, or as he likes to say, what did you sell next quarter? As you see, the formula starts with leads, and the ability to close high-dollar deals quickly will be dramatically impacted by the quality of those leads. It's by bringing together the data generated by the Internet of Things with identity resolution that machine learning can identify who is ready to buy from you now, based on their observable behaviors. There are two starting assumptions that I want you to consider. First, that all buyers will do research before buying, and second, that all buyers will visit your website before buying from you. Now, let's use that information to look at the 3 steps to generating more leads, better leads, through machine learning and identity resolution. First, we need to find the profitable 10%. Then we need to gain leverage through the application of machine learning. And finally, we need to implement the tools that will work for you. Selling to the right person is more important than all other sales methods, copywriting techniques, and negotiating tactics in the world. Perry Marshall, 80/20 Sales and Marketing, which, by the way, is my favorite sales and marketing book. If you don't have it, go get it. The 80/20 rule tells us that a small number of any group deliver most of the results. So if we look at our universe of leads, there is a small number of those, say 20%, that will generate most of our sales and marketing. And today, where we have more of a winner-take-all mentality, I'd say that it's more like a 90-10 relationship. Whether using AI tools or using traditional marketing strategies, the intent is to find the profitable 10% to put our limited resources to work where they have the greatest chance of success. Your prospects don't care about you or what you sell, other than to the extent that you can solve a problem for them. To get them to pay attention to your message, you must focus on the problem you solve and the results that you deliver. All buyers travel a path to purchase. For B2B sales, where the buying decisions are usually more complex and the sales cycle is longer, that path to purchase is focused on understanding the problem that they want to solve, how big it is, what options they have for solving it, what are the results from solving it, who can help them solve it, what it'll cost to solve, how long it takes, etc. As we said in the beginning, today much of that research is done online, by responding to ads that poke a top-of-mind problem, by doing keyword searches, by reading content on authority websites. If the buyer's journey requires prospects to conduct research, consume educational content, then it means they must make a series of conclusions along the way, or a series of micro-conversions. For each step in the buyer's journey, there is a conversion equation that must be applied. Interrupt, engage, educate, and offer. And to get your prospect to move to the next step in the buyer's journey, you must offer more value than the cost that they'll pay. Otherwise, they stop, give up, and look elsewhere. Now, let's generate leverage to this by applying artificial intelligence, so we can identify that profitable 10% before your competition does. Big data plus identity resolution plus machine learning equals artificial intelligence. So what is What artificial intelligence now allows us to do is to quickly and efficiently evaluate tons of behavioral data to identify your client and prospect's observable path to purchase, and then to identify the profitable 10% who are heading down that path to purchase right now. Why? So you can focus your limited resources on these most profitable prospects. As Eric Schmidt, the founder of Google, said way back in 2013, there are 5 exabytes of information created since the dawn of civilization through 2003. But that much information is now created every 2 days. The Internet of Things is real. In 2018, there were 7 billion connected devices. By 2020, there'll be more than 20 billion connected devices. Everything from your laptop to your phone to your car to your refrigerator is a node on the Internet of Things. Our team is buying 50 billion pieces of behavioral data every day to feed our targeting algorithms. There are 4 V's of big data, and we have them covered. The first is volume. To accurately predict an event, you must analyze lots of individual data points. The second is velocity. The data must come in regularly, and ours is generated in real time. And the third is variety. I can't say that. We must look at a wide variety of data, not just all the data from one source, but all the data from a variety of sources. We're collecting more than 50 billion real-time behaviors every day from hundreds of millions of sources. To identify the profitable 10% of any audience, we need to resolve the identity of the person generating all that data. Think of identity resolution as the key to turning this data into information you can use to grow your business. Individually, we all use multiple devices, browsers, email addresses, and we want to be able to know who each piece of information belongs to, regardless of the device or email they used online. To do that, we've had to build an identity graph. Currently, it can identify over 260 million U.S. consumers. This allows us to resolve the identity of 80% of your website visitors and practically 100% of your B2B prospects. The last step is to use the data we collect and identity resolution to build a path to purchase for anything we want. Here's an oversimplified look at how that's done. We see someone who has purchased and then look back at their path to purchase, all the websites, searches, and content they consume. Then we do that for multiple people, and we look for patterns in the URLs and keyword searches that they do. This gives us a behavior pattern for a conversion. Then we run our algorithm against the new data entering our system every day to identify who is exhibiting these behaviors right now. Remember I said that there are 4 V's of AI or machine learning? The final V is veracity, meaning to accurately identify the pattern of behavior that indicates a conversion is likely, or in English, to identify the profitable 10%. Fundamentally, AI will allow you to find the profitable 10% faster and less expensively. Machines can process huge amounts of data being generated by the Internet of Things much quicker than any person. In the time it takes you to listen to this video, our algorithms can identify which of your prospects is engaged in researching the problem you solve right now and pass it back to your sales and marketing team for follow-up. Then do it again tomorrow when it processes another 50 billion pieces of information. So, how do we bring this technology to life for you? I'll start with our tools, some of which I've just referenced. We begin with our proprietary identity graph. We know the emails, device IDs, names, addresses, and much more on 260 million Americans and can deterministically resolve their identity. We collect massive amounts of data, over 50 billion unique behaviors every day. That data is then matched to a user in our identity graph. We run our algorithms against your path to purchase to see who is exhibiting the observable behaviors of someone in the market for your product or service right now. This is what we call in-market leads. And we have our Smart Pixel running on your website, and that allows us to tell you who is visiting your website and what content they consumed. This is what we call our Site Visitor Match, or in-funnel leads, and it is offered with unlimited segmentation. For practically any B2B company, we can apply our AI process to your business in just 5 steps. Step 1 is to map your prospects to the identity graph. Map your CRM or other databases to our identity graph so we can identify when any of them is in the market for what you sell. Step 2 is to map the path to purchase. Starting with a training sample, we map the path to purchase and then optimize the algorithm over time with new conversions. Step 3 is to collect the data. Chances are we already capture the data we need to make the algorithm accurate. But if we need to acquire supplemental sources, we will do that. Step 4 is to produce in-market data lists. When the algorithm runs, which it does constantly, as prospects exhibit the behaviors that indicate they're researching a problem you solve, that data is then passed back to you in real time. And step 5 is to identify the in-funnel prospects. When a prospect visits your website, you'll know that along with the specific content they consumed. While all this technology is cool, I know what you're interested in is results. How does this help you generate more and better leads for your business? You get a daily or weekly list of who is in the market for your services right now. You get a daily or weekly list of who is in funnel. That means been to your website and consumed your content. With that information, you can call them, send them direct mail, send them email, advertise to them on any platform. We can even use that information to run one-on-one radio and TV advertisements. This is your data. You own and control it. It never expires. It's platform agnostic, so you can use it anywhere, online or offline. By focusing your marketing and sales efforts on the profitable 10%, you'll close more transactions for a higher value with a shorter sales cycle, providing you with a measurable competitive advantage. All right, I'm back. What we do for B2B lead generation is customized for the needs of each client. This is artificial intelligence after all. It's not a cookie-cutter program with leads being sold to multiple buyers. I'd like to invite you to learn more about how this would work for your organization. You can schedule a one-on-one discovery call with me. We'll discuss your specific business and determine how this technology might apply to you. Or you can join me for a live webinar. I conduct an hour-long webinar practically every week where I go into a lot more detail on what the technology does, how it works, and how you can incorporate it into your business to gain that competitive advantage. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you soon.